On this edition of Airwaves, using less to save more, Vice Admiral David Dunaway lays out the NAVAIR Energy Plan. Plus, hiring our nation's heroes, NAVAIR puts wounded warriors to work. And the latest tactical training tool helping pilots prepare for the fleet. Welcome to this edition of Airwaves. I'm Michael Lauren Prue. Using energy to improve combat capability was the theme of this year's Naval Energy Forum in Washington, D.C. Vice Admiral David Dunaway introduced NAVAIR's energy plan focusing on policy, technology, and a workforce culture change.
You got to bring it all together. You've got to have the policies in place. You've got to have the technology in place to support. And you're going to have to change the culture of the people that are doing the business. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy the benefit of the technologies that you're investing in.
Dunaway praised NAVAIR's work with alternative energy and shared future fuel-saving technologies aimed at improving warfighter capability. The goal is to reduce naval aviation operational fuel consumption by 4% by 2020 without impacting the mission.
And our sailors and Marines, from the Blue Angels to surface warfare officers to Marines fighting in Afghanistan, have also embraced renewable energy, energy efficiency, and alternative fuels because they know firsthand that these measures make them safer, make them more effective, make them more flexible warfighters. And I'm confident that this change is a permanent one.
If you would like to learn more about the NAVAIR energy strategy, visit the NAVAIR news page at www.navair.navy.mil/news. A new, more realistic flight training system better prepares pilots for the fleet. The Virtual Mission Training System is a synthetic radar used to train naval flight officers in air-to-air and air-to-ground tactics. The system, built inside a T-45 aircraft, uses a data link to simulate the use of radar and weapons, allowing pilots to interact with real and virtual aircraft in a constructed environment. The T-45 VMTS will replace the T-39 currently used to train the fleet. The system is undergoing tests at NAS Patuxent River.
The T-45 is a trainer jet for the Fleet Squadron in Pensacola, Florida. So here at VX-23, we test new training systems on the aircraft. So we make sure that it is designed to the specifications and meets the needs of the warfighter.
Instructors sitting at a ground station can now monitor the student's radar and provide real-time training to the student in the cockpit. The advanced simulators and computer-assisted instruction will better prepare pilots for operation of the F-18. Helping our nation's heroes get back to work. That was the focus of the Navy's 3rd annual Wounded Warrior Hiring and Support Conference in San Diego. The event, held for the first time on the West Coast, challenges employers to diversify the workforce by hiring returning service members with disabilities. NAVAIR co-hosted the 2-day conference with Naval Sea Systems Command and the Space and Naval Warfare Systems Command. Wounded warriors account for around 12% of NAVAIR's new hires in 2012. A new restraint system will keep aircrew safer while in flight. The Integrated Mobile Aircrew Restraint System is a 2-track system designed for the CH-53K. The restraint system operates like a car safety belt, releasing and retracting as crews move about the cabin to perform mission-related duties. Mobile crews will no longer need to unhook or manually adjust belts, which will prevent injury and eliminate the chance of being thrown from the aircraft.
So there's always been an interest within service 53s of doing something to improve the mobile restraint system to give these guys continuous restraint when they're moving about the aircraft. And that's tricky because they have to have mobility. You don't want to restrict their mobility, but you want to protect them at the same time.
So we want to be able to provide our aircrewmen with the safest means possible to do their job and not need to worry about, am I hooked to the aircraft? Do I have the right distance of my gunner's belt paid out? Are there anything that they don't need to worry about? We want to take that out of their hands and just let them focus on their mission and focus on their task at hand.
The retractor system will work in conjunction with a new aircraft endurance vest, already being used by the fleet. Keeping the skies strike-free. That's the mission of the Bird Aircraft Strike Hazard Program at Naval Air Station Patuxent River. Established in the early 80s, BASH uses a variety of methods like habitat and behavioral modification to reduce the number of birds and wildlife habitating the Patuxent River airspace. Collisions between aircraft and wildlife threaten crew safety and cost the Navy millions of dollars each year in damaged aircraft.
At Pax River, we have a very unique situation where it's the premier research, test, development, and evaluation center. So each aircraft here is a unique aircraft. It doesn't have a quick replacement. So if you have an incident with wildlife where an aircraft is damaged, it can really cause that aircraft to halt whatever it's doing until they can get it fixed.
If we have a reported strike, then we want altitude, we want speed, we want geographical location, we want to know the phase of flight, we want to know everything we can. And again, like I said, we're looking for trends, we're looking for patterns.
Since its implementation, the BASH program has helped to decrease the annual number of deer and large bird strikes. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recently performed a wildlife hazard assessment at Patuxent River, identifying areas most attractive to wildlife. This information will help wildlife biologists and air operations further reduce BASH-related risk. That's it for this edition of Airwaves. See you on the flight line.